Alright, it's been a long time since I've been here. I also know we've been here many times before. But, so, it's, there's a particular little challenge playthrough I want to do with this game for a long time. But it's you may have, if you've seen in my challenge playthroughs of BLiNX 2 before, you know that I tend to do different ones for the sweepers versus the tom-toms, and I'll do the same thing again here. To this day, I don't know what this does. But I set it to normal just in case it does something interesting. I don't know. I don't know. But anyhow. God, what can you even change here? Nothing, really. But yes, there was one I wanted to do for tom-toms, the challenge I wanted to do, and I can never remember what it was I wanted to do. Well, I can never think of something I wanted to do for the sweeper, so I eventually came up with something. Of course, you can see this is a sweeper video, because that's just how the game starts. Ow. Sorry, that's uncomfortably loud for me, you know, the volume's as low as I can make it. I'm not going to do anything fancy with the characters. Try to get something that doesn't look stupid. No. I don't like these colors, but yeah, sure. But anyhow, got a really long torso. So, what I thought for these sweepers was, let's be cognizant of the fact that a lot of people complain about the difficulty of this game, and namely it being really easy. Oh. But I don't know what happened to BLiNX there. That's an interesting bug in the texture. I have some of my saves here might have some weird stuff happen to them because of me playing around this game with modding. Which is probably what happened with BLiNX here. That is very strange looking. Okay, here's the two we played as last time, and here's a much earlier playthrough I did on this channel. Oh my god. I'm running out of save spots here. But yes, what I want to do is think, well, this game is oftentimes called too easy, so what if we just made the game even easier by skipping the tutorial? No. What if we tried to make it a little bit harder by just saying, oh, you have to skip all of them separately? Guys, no. I didn't realize that's how this worked. Oh boy. I forgot you had to skip them separately. So, what... The first BLiNX game, some people make it a little bit harder by just not getting any upgrades in that game. That is a thing that one can just not do. Not getting any better sweepers, any upgrades for your sweeper. So I'm curious what it would be like if you do the same thing for the sweepers in this game. Of course, there's at least one upgrade you're forced to get, upgrade quote-unquote. It's more just an unlocking mechanic. You're required at one point to install a combo cartridge in your sweeper so that you can use time control combos. But that's really just enabling a mechanic. Yeah. And other things like increasing our stats and so on. Like getting better sweepers that sweep more quickly and can sweep larger trash. Increase our max HP, those sorts of things. We can probably go without, and this is a challenge playthrough, so I probably won't bother with cutscenes. And again, they're uncomfortably loud for me with my setup here. I have...
Picaro here.
Hi, Picaro.
Safely landed on the time.
Happy to see you again. Basically, I have a monitor that the game is running on, and my headphones are hooked up to the monitor, but the quietest the monitor can go is still extremely loud in my headphones, so I'm a little sensitive to noise here.
Roger, I'm on it. Here we go again.
Look at this peppermint guy. I don't like the look of this dude. Okay. But I have to admit, I'm not sure. I'm curious how much more difficult the game will or won't feel with being able to hold less trash and so on. Having less health and all those things. And fewer retries. Because this game as it is, you already sweep so quickly. In this game as it is. With the base sweepers. And I don't think level 2 trash is particularly common, so... I'm curious if I'll notice any difference. It's possible I won't, but that's the experiment at hand. curious what I'll do with the tom-toms. It's gonna be the inverse of what I did last time, where... Oh yeah, I forgot the wipe doesn't do anything in this game. You can't use it to pull out and take away your... pull out and put back in your super like in the first game. I feel like they probably should have made you have to destroy that thing to progress instead of... Like, your tutorials usually shouldn't be skippable in that sense. Like, it's one thing if you press the please skip this button, but in a context like this, oh my god, they do so many time distance. Anyhow. So there's the key. It's one of those things where you can... I like how they give you two possible objectives, two ways of getting through the barricade, except the game then decides to give them both to you in the same spot. So, there's no actual forking here. You can only do one thing. You can then cash in your completion in two different ways. Can I sweep those? Why not? I don't remember how much the key cells for. I think the bomb cell for more, which I just destroyed all. But oh well. Tell me about that when I'm not walking into the end of the stage, man. Are the bombs worth more than that? I don't know. Oh. But money's probably not going to count for anything. Since... Well, you're not going to buy any upgrades of any sort. Oh no, enemies, and I just somehow sold off all of my ammunition mid-mission. And I'm now vulnerable. Not really where I want to fire that bomb, but sure, I'll take it. It's also not where I wanted to fire that bomb. Oh wait, I'm actually like under threat of death from having made a mistake. Normally that would change very quickly as you extend your life in this game. You don't have to pick up those gold coins there because you will collect them automatically in a cutscene if you don't in gameplay. I mean, if you care to watch a challenge phase of this game, you probably know some of these things already, but I'm just reminding myself of things. Guys, we just did those. Leave me alone. Of course, you can skip this little segment where the bridge gets destroyed if you use the pause to skip ahead. No real reason to attack you guys, to be honest. Again, I don't need the money from getting extra crystals or anything. Not dying would be good. There you go. Yeah, maybe I'll actually have to think about my... how much health I have and so on. I don't know, I've just never played through the later parts of this game balanced around having a non-minuscule amount of stamina. Why am I... I'm grabbing these just out of habit. I have no reason to actually pick them up. Keys, or batteries, that's what it was. I always liked how in this particular stage you can mix and match different battery types. Don't do that in real life, but here that's fine. Where are the carrot fish? There you are. Because you can get large batteries from 2 carrot fish, or small batteries from 4 tom-toms, or you can do this and get 2 in 1. Which to me always... Friendly fire. Which to me always had some novelty to it, and I can't actually get back from here. Hold on. I don't remember that octoballoon making that noise. Yeah, I think they generally imagine that you go back to a different path by just going up the highway, but I just don't need to do that here, so I won't. Alright. Yes, I never quite finished saying what I was going to do with the tom-toms, but last time I played through the whole game just never getting spotted. You know, not in one try, but I would retry a segment if I ever got spotted. This time I want to do kind of the opposite. I want to go I just want to see how difficult it would be to just annihilate every opponent I see. Probably way harder at the very beginning of the game than the end. In fact, you start the game and literally not even having any weapon that does damage. But that quickly changes. But yes, that is the thing I really wanted to try. And then I came up with this for sweepers just now. Honestly, I was not planning on doing this full challenge playthrough right now, after having finished the previous graffiti theater challenge that I did. I don't like that every step you take sounds like an explosion. But, stop it. Also, don't follow me. But yes, I wasn't planning on doing this quite. Not how generous the collisions are on this guy. Hey, that hit you. You just don't care now? Well. Where was I? Oh yes, so after finishing Graffiti Kingdom, I was planning on starting another longer game after that, but I thought to myself, I still don't want to do another longer game yet. I want to do another small thing. And I just don't have many games that I want to play these days. Particularly short ones. So I looked at my list of things to do and saw, you know, nothing. But I did have this little challenge playthrough I've been wanting to do for a long time with the Tom-Toms, and I just kind of sat and thought, maybe I could come up with something for the sweepers. I think I got more money for the bullets than I did for the, you know, missiles or whatever, than the bombs. Anyways, yeah, you, Crystal Retrieval Team, do your thing. Goodbye. That timing works out well to where we'll probably switch to the Tom-Toms in just a second, so that'll be the start of a new episode. And what will be more or less a new series, quote-unquote. I like how the one falls down there with a little tranquilizer dart on them. I think that's supposed to be a foreshadowing of the Tom-Toms going after them, because your Tom-Tom player character then intercepts them before they leave, I think. But I was never sure. The way they fall backward always looked awkward to me. Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out this game's level model format at one point. I didn't quite get to it. The way that BLiNX games store their models in executable is such a pain to try to reverse engineer. But I had managed to mess around with the time factory a little bit, particularly the big clock here. Just reminded me getting a picture of that. Alright, see you next time in the other series.